Most builders will tell you that an airtight house is efficient. But what they're actually building are toxic indoor boxes. Your modern home may look clean, smart, and energy efficient on the surface, but inside, the air is becoming chemically saturated, oxygen depleted, and biologically unstable. And the worst part? Most people have no idea it's happening. Because poor indoor air quality doesn't fail dramatically. It fails silently, through headaches, fatigue, poor sleep, allergies, respiratory stress, and over time, these problems become normal. So in this video, we're going to break down why modern homes are becoming unhealthy, what's actually happening to indoor air, and how better building design can solve it. Because energy efficiency without ventilation is not sustainable design. It's just sealed discomfort. Let's start with the basic problem. Modern buildings are becoming more airtight. Why? Because airtightness improves thermal efficiency. Less outside air enters, less cooled air escapes, which means lower AC load, better energy performance, and lower operating cost. And technically, that part is true. But here's what most construction conversations ignore: humans are not machines. We breathe, we release moisture, we release carbon dioxide, we generate heat, and our homes continuously release chemicals into the air. So when a building becomes too sealed, everything accumulates. And that changes the indoor environment completely. Now let's talk about what's actually inside indoor air. Because this is where things get serious. Most modern interiors are filled with synthetic materials. Paints, laminates, adhesives, furniture boards, foams, sealants, cleaning products. And many of these materials release VOCs, volatile organic compounds. These are chemical gases released slowly over time. Some release for months, some for years. Now in a naturally ventilated building, these pollutants dilute and escape. But in an airtight building, they stay trapped, and concentration increases. This is one reason many people feel uncomfortable indoors, even when the room looks perfectly clean. Because visual cleanliness does not mean healthy air. Now add another layer to this. Carbon dioxide buildup. Every person inside a room continuously exhales CO2. In a poorly ventilated house, CO2 levels rise surprisingly fast. And elevated CO2 affects focus, sleep quality, mental clarity, energy levels. This is why some rooms feel heavy after a few hours. The problem isn't temperature, it's air quality, and most people never recognize the difference. Now let's talk about moisture. Because airtight buildings don't just trap chemicals. They also trap humidity. Cooking, bathing, breathing, drying clothes. All of this releases moisture indoors. And if that moisture cannot escape, you create condensation risk. Which leads to mold growth, fungal spores, dust mites, material decay. And once biological instability begins, the building itself starts affecting occupant health. This is why some modern homes smell stale. The building is no longer breathing properly. Now here's the important distinction. Airtightness itself is not bad. Uncontrolled air leakage is inefficient. That part is true. The real problem is this: modern buildings are becoming airtight without adding controlled ventilation systems. That's the failure. Because high-performance buildings were never meant to be sealed boxes. They were designed as controlled environmental systems. Which means, you seal unwanted leakage, then intentionally manage fresh air. That second part is what most buildings skip. So what should happen instead? This is where real sustainable design begins. Not with gadgets, not with expensive automation, but with building physics. System 1, cross-ventilation. Windows positioned to allow air movement across spaces. Fresh air enters, warm stale air exits. Simple, passive, effective, and still massively underused. System 2, stack ventilation. Hot air naturally rises. So if buildings are designed with vertical airflow paths, heat and stale air can escape naturally. This is one of the oldest passive cooling strategies ever used. But modern construction often ignores it completely. System 3, filtered mechanical ventilation. In highly airtight homes, controlled mechanical fresh air systems become essential. Especially HRV and ERV systems. These systems bring fresh air inside, while minimizing energy loss. So you maintain both efficiency and indoor air quality. This is where high-performance construction is heading globally. System 4, low-work materials. Because ventilation alone is not enough. You must also reduce indoor pollution sources. That means choosing low-work paints, natural materials, better adhesives, healthier finishes. Because the cleanest air is air that was never polluted in the first place. Now here's the deeper problem with modern construction. We design buildings around machines. AC will cool it, purifier will clean it, dehumidifier will fix moisture. But passive building design asks a different question: why create the problem in the first place? Because every machine increases energy use, maintenance, dependency. Good buildings reduce the need for machines. That's real sustainability, and this is the shift we need to make. From how airtight is the house to how healthy is the indoor environment? Because efficiency without health is failure. A building should not only save energy, it should support human life comfortably. And once you understand that, you stop thinking of buildings as objects and start thinking of them as environmental systems. So before you obsess over smart homes, designer interiors, or bigger AC systems, ask this first: can the people inside actually breathe well? Because the future of architecture is not just energy efficient buildings, it's healthy buildings, and that changes everything.